What's going on, guys and gals? It's Gaming for God coming at you with the third update on my content creator journey. And if this is your first time here watching this series, make sure you pause this video, go watch the other two, because it'll give you even further context to the entirety of the goal of this series. The goal, by the way, in short, is to give you a better perspective of what it looks like to be a full-time content creator, both on YouTube making videos as well as on Twitch streaming. And if you are interested in doing those things, you definitely want to see this series. Let's go.
Let my life be the proof of your love.
As usual, we're going to kick this off with our #1 largest stream on Twitch. Now, a couple unique things with this stream. Absolutely unique in a lot of big ways. As usual, we're going to kick it off starting with the biggest Twitch stream from last week. Now, a couple of unique things about it. It was 11 hours long. It was 11 and change. And there's a couple of reasons we did that. The biggest one, however, was that my wife is transitioning to a graveyard shift. And because of that, she needed some help resetting her schedule. And I figured the best way that I could stay awake was playing video games all night. And if I was going to do that, why not stream it for you guys? So we decided to do that. I didn't do a morning stream that Monday so that I would prepare for that. And it was, even though it was my longest stream, it was also the highest average viewership at 20 average viewers. Now, many of you are probably wondering, what in the world did David actually stream for 11 hours? Well, if you're like me, you cannot stream just one game for 11 hours. I streamed PUBG, Warframe, 7 Days to Die, as well as doing a short break where we did a food and cooking on my cell phone stream, and that was actually a lot of fun. I cooked fine Japanese cuisine, also known as ramen noodles. But seriously, all jokes aside, that was what we did that night, and I think that's really what made it really awesome, is that it was a variety. It got us in several different categories throughout the evening. I wasn't in any one category longer than 2 hours, and I think that was really a cool benefit to that stream, and keeping it fresh, keeping me up and keeping me awake, as well as helping my wife, because she hung out, responded to you guys in chat. And honestly, she admitted, she's like, I had a great time. Even though it was really late, I had a blast doing it. And she's starting to understand why I enjoy doing what I do so much. Another thing you may be wondering is, did I have any large raids or large hosts that night? I didn't have any what would be called large. When I say large, I mean if it was over the average viewership in a raid, I would mention it. These ones, I had several awesome raids that night. I don't even know all of them anymore. They were amazing. Those of you that raided my stream that night, I want to let you know I'm grateful, and I'm very thankful for every single one of you. My smallest stream of the week was very unique in another way. It's almost polar opposite of the one that we just talked about, in the fact that it was 43 minutes. Not X amount of hours and 43 minutes. It was 43 minutes. And many of you, which would be wise to think, is why in the world did you even go live if you could only go live for 45 minutes? Well, okay. When I got live, I was not feeling well, and I was hoping I would be able to just kind of power through and push through it, but it got so excruciating, the pain that I was in physically, that I actually said I gotta call it, and went ahead and bounced. I was playing Warframe, as is the scheduled content for that week, and I was streaming for 3 people for the 43 minutes, which, by the way, if you were there and you were one of those 3 people, thank you for hanging out. I was miserable that morning, but you guys still hung out, and even though it may be just 3 people, you guys meant a lot to me. Thank you very much. And I know that is what caused the fact that it was my smallest stream of the week, was because I was sick, and that makes sense. You're gonna have some of those days, and I do want to touch on that for just a second. As a content creator, don't force yourself, even if you've committed to a 40-hour week, to go live if you are not feeling at least 82%. I know, very exact number. But if you're not feeling primarily very well, don't force yourself to do it. You won't make good content, even if you actually make it to being live the full time, and you will be grumpy. You won't be yourself at all. And unless your community is built around that concept of you just being miserable, then go for it. I guess you're probably good. But my community is built around positivity, love, and caring for every single person there. I was in none of those mindsets when I went live that morning. So take a lesson from me. Don't do that. The overall stats for the week were actually very awesome. We maintained the viewer average that we've been shooting for this whole month of 15. That means that it stayed from last week. I'm very excited to be able to do not only the 4th week, but also the entire month of January simultaneously. That'll be next video. The sub count remained at 45. We had a little bit of I think we lost one, and then somebody resubbed, and then we lost another one, and then 2 more people resubbed. So technically we've had 4 subs that week. So I just want to let you know I'm grateful for all of you that have done that. This is the highest sub count I've had since I started streaming, and we've maintained it, which is even more crazy. Thank you for every single one of you that has financially supported this whole endeavor. It means the world to both my wife and I. Now, the follower increase was not quite as drastic as last week, and understandably so. For those of you that missed it, I got view and follow botted in the middle of last week's streams, the prior weeks. So definitely check out that video, because I had like almost 300, I think I actually had over 300 followers gained that week, but it wasn't real. 300 of those were completely fake. But what's cool is we still gained 60 new followers this week, which is absolutely incredible. And I want to say thank you to all of you that have followed me on my Twitch channel. It means the world. If you're watching this right now, you're getting an extra little thanks. I appreciate you guys. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to YouTube. Now, if you just found me here on YouTube, you're like, I don't care about your Twitch stuff. That's your Twitch stuff. I'm here to find out if I can make videos and make actual money here on YouTube. Well, I'm going to go ahead and break it to you quick. I am not making money off of YouTube yet, so that's not even a conversation we have in this video. However, we do have some cool statistics I get to share with you. Our most popular video of the week was, wait for it, 2 for 2 now. My content creator journey last week was my most viewed video, which is crazy awesome. It just confirms what I had in here, that this was going to be an incredibly amazing series. I've enjoyed making it, you've enjoyed watching it, so thank you. The watch time was 123 minutes, which is insane. That is actually a 23-minute increase from the prior week. Just in that week alone, we had 21 views, which was 5 more than the prior video from the prior week, which is just a whole other level of growth. And I seriously cannot express enough how grateful I am for this. You're starting to see it. This is why that video is so popular, because content creation, as I'm always telling you guys, is extremely popular right now, and it is something that a lot of people are starting to consider as a career option. Unfortunately, not everybody's going to make it. I truly believe that there are people who can. I believe that I'm one of them. I'd like to think that, but there are some people who go live and they go, I'm not streaming for anyone. It's because this isn't for you, man. That's just not maybe how you were created. And I don't want to be a discouraging thing, but you've got to have a drive. That's the thing. A lot of people can click go live and do it, but if you don't have the drive to go full-time, don't go full-time, because you will end up shooting yourself in the foot, and it just doesn't do anybody any good. That's the reality. A lot of even people who make these kinds of videos won't tell you you need to be prepared for the idea that you may not make it. I still am prepared for that. If in 6 months from now I'm not continuing to grow, then I'm just not cut out for it. But I'd like to believe that with every bit of drive that I have and as much time and effort as I put into these, I would definitely believe that I'm worth that. Now, some of you, real quick, may think that that is pretty arrogant, but it's not meant to come across that way. It's just meant to point out simply that not everybody's designed this way. Not everybody is. These are long days. You have to understand, if you looked at my calendar, I'll work 10 to 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's literally anywhere between a 50 and 60 hour week, depending on the week. So just understand and be prepared for that. I'm not saying you shouldn't try. I'm saying be prepared. It is hard work. Our least popular video of the week continues to prove what I've been saying from the very beginning. The top 5 clips that I made for last week was our least viewed video. The watch time was a total of 14 minutes and the views were 13. What's even cooler though, out of all of these amazing statistics that I'm finding out, this is just mind-blowing. The browse features was the primary source of traffic at 48% of the traffic coming from browse features. The second largest part of the traffic that came to these videos was through notifications, and this was specifically email. It looks like, according to what I read about it, it is specifically having to do with the email notifications you get when I upload videos. And it's kind of interesting. It was at 17% of the entire amount of traffic, which is kind of crazy that many of you use your email for it. I think that's cool. But like that, we've now concluded the 3rd episode and update of my content creator journey. My name is Gaming for God, and I'd love for you to get involved with all the social media platforms that I am involved with: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat all at your disposal. You can find a compiled link in the description of this video, and you can go follow, like, whatever you like in those, as well as joining our Discord. The link also found in the description below. The Discord I'm a part of is for a stream team called God Mode Activated. We are a Christian-based team, and we are continuing to grow. There's at least 200 members in that community. I think we're pushing 300 now. I encourage you to go join that, become acquainted with those that are there. And in case you haven't picked up on it yet, I'm also live on Twitch 40 hours per week, and I would encourage you, if you enjoy this content, go check out the Twitch content as well. You get a whole different perspective of who I am. Rather than a pre-recorded, edited version of me, you get the live, raw, uncut David, which is a whole other level of content, and I encourage you to go check that out. The twitch.tv/Gaming4God. It's also included in that compiled link I mentioned earlier about the social media. And as always, I'm going to need you to do me a huge favor. Smash that like button if you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching this week's update on my content creator journey. This is Gaming4God, signing off.